still, be calm, be patient. As Shafiq introduced me, honored Toastmasters, honored guest, and fellow honored Toastmaster and District Governor. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about why it is so hard for us to just be still. Wesley, when you gave your table topic speech, you said in the workplace, what is something that just cringes you when you're working a regular day? What's something that gets so much under your skin that basically you will walk off the job if it happens a couple more times throughout the week?
I'm the type of person, I'm never really battled like that, so there's nothing that would...
You're terminated.
Right, like make walk off the job. I don't think so.
Okay. Well, Willie, you have anything that gets under your skin, that you're wired, as they say?
Just don't mess with my
No, that's right. What about you, Stan? What's something that...
Well, in terms of communication, I think one thing, I don't work in an office anymore, but when I did, one thing that irritated me was if people yell across the room to get someone's attention. If you want to speak to someone, I think you should walk over to where they work and speak with them, and then you don't interrupt everybody else.
That's an excellent point, which is a great transition into the speech that a lot of times we have things that people do that we let irritate us. We can do some of the simple maintenance to change these things to make sure that we don't let it get under our skin, and as Wesley said, we don't walk off the job, or we don't let our emotions show. We have our Terminator game face, as Wesley said, on us 24/7. That's our poker face, our game face. But today, what I also wanted to point out is that whether you're a child that is just getting into the informational age of social media, or whether you're an adult that regularly blogs, Facebook, or tweets, I think we as Americans and we as humans have a hard time just sitting there and being still, just being able to just wait. We have a problem waiting. Even when you're in this parking lot right now, when we leave today, somebody will probably bump you with the horn because they want you to go faster than what you're capable of going when you're turning this corner or when you're going to this light at the corner of Cobb Parkway. We don't ever just want to be still. We're always on the go. We're always here. We're always in your face. We're always right up in here, all in your space, all in your space. Why can't we just be still? Wait. Patiently wait. The best things come to us when we wait, isn't that right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Sometimes when we rush things too much, we end up having to hit ourselves in the head at the end of the day because we did not wait. We did not wait. It's funny how, does anybody have any children in the house tonight? Okay, and we know that this is a prime scenario where, Julie, I told you to be still while we're going out in front of these people. Do not talk. Do not move. Be still. I know we may have recollections come back from our childhood when we've been in that scenario, either on the hitting end or on the receiving end. Either way, that is a realistic situation for us, as adults even. How can you expect for someone to just be still? Be in the workplace, be still. You have 1,000,001 objectives that you have to complete that your program or project manager wants you to do by the end of the week. You have to make sure that when you get home, you fix your meal, that you put the kids to bed, that you get your shirt ironed, that you get your makeup ready so you don't have to waste time putting it on in the morning together. How can you expect to be still? In the information age today, you can get something at the grasp of pressing one button on my iPad that Nathan is filming me with right now. That's how quick we can get things today. My generation knows that, your generation knows that, our grandparents' generation probably didn't have the luxury of being able to know that, but still, today, it is very difficult to be still, ladies and gentlemen. No matter what age you are, no matter what walk of life you come from, no matter where you are in the world. But what I'm going to tell you that I try to do in order to help compensate for this is balance. Does anybody like watching gymnastics in the Olympics? Does anybody like watching the U.S. Take over this year with gymnastics, with Gabby Douglas and the rest of her crew? You have to be able to balance as you're walking on a beam. Many times we have that balance beam that we walk on daily, whether we walk on it weekly through family, whether we walk on it through just our daily lives. We have to balance. What is balance? That's the mind. What is balance? That's the strength that you have in your physical physique, the way you take care of your body, the way you work out. Or hopefully you don't work out just the remote on the television screen or your hand while you're eating certain items that maybe have too much high sodium in your intake. Hopefully that's not the only physical thing that you use to work yourself out. Also, what you have to be able to balance is your spirituality. I'm very pro in making sure that I'm praying to keep myself in balance daily. Whether I get in the workplace, whether I get out with my family and friends that may do something to just set me off, what do I have to do in order to catch my balance again? I have to pray. And me, I'm not into the new age spiritual thinking of I'm too cool to pray to my God, that's AKA Mr. Universe. I call him God. I call him Elohim, my creator. I call him Jehovah Jireh, my provider. That's what I call him. But when I get myself out of balance, and we can all tell, we're all familiar with our makeup. We're all adults in here. There's no children that we have to look across the room and tell to be still, Julie. We're all adults. We know what sets us off. We know what gets us out of our mold, as I like to say. But what do you do when you have these situations happen? Do you let them get to you? As Wesley said, you don't have that situation where you want to walk off. But there are many Americans, there are many of us that we can name someone who probably has set it off. They have set it off, whether it be with a family situation, whether it be with a workplace situation, whether it be in sports. We see it all the time. Athletes get fined and they even get disbanded from the organization because they set it off. Where did that balance come from? They didn't have it. Mind, body, and spirit. You have to have that balance, ladies and gentlemen. Be still sometimes. When you go home tonight, I want you to really, even if you don't pray, just try to be still. I've told my friends many times, just try it. Don't have any music on. Don't have anyone talking to you. Turn your phone on silent where you don't hear the vibration. Try to just sit there for at least 2 to 3 minutes. And hopefully you come back next week and tell me if you were able to be still. Honor Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
I think, Julian, was